You open your eyes. The world is dark, cold, silent, except for the low howl of wind sliding through cracks in ancient stone. You are no longer in the modern world. You are inside a medieval castle in the year 1250 AD. There is no phone, no electricity, no heating, no running water, only stone, shadow, and survival. You try to breathe and instantly regret it. The air is thick, heavy. It carries the smell of wet wool, stale smoke, animal waste, and something far worse, decay. This is not the romantic castle from fairy tales. This is a fortress machine built for war. Your breath forms mist in front of your face. The temperature inside the chamber is barely above freezing. Your blanket is made from animal fur, heavy, greasy, and crawling with invisible life. Somewhere in the darkness you hear coughing, a servant, a soldier, a child. The castle is waking up. Outside your chamber, boots strike stone, iron rings, chains rattle. The day of survival has begun, and before the sun even rises, the castle already feels like it is trying to kill you.
The castle does not belong to its lord. It belongs to the servants. Before royalty ever stirs beneath their layers of fur, an invisible army of workers has already begun. You step into the central courtyard, and the silence explodes. Hammers slam iron, saws scream through wood. 50 war horses snort and stomp, while stable hands wrestle with leather tack and iron shoes. The sound is deafening. Blacksmiths forge horseshoes in showers of sparks. Carpenters rebuild broken wagons. Stable boys shovel manure by hand. Orders echo. Fetch more straw. He needs new shoes. The master rides at dawn. No one stops. No one rests. This is not a home. It is an industrial war factory. And if any one of these people fail, the castle fails.
But among all this noise, there is one job more important than every sword, every horse, every wall. Water. There is no plumbing, not one pipe, not one faucet, not one drop of easy water. Every single bucket for washing, cooking, drinking, and cleaning must be dragged from a deep stone well by human hands. You follow the water carriers. Their shoulders are scarred, their palms cracked and bleeding. All day long they haul water up, up, up from the darkness below the castle. If they stop for even a few hours, the kitchen dies, the stables die, the castle dies. Before noon, survival already hangs by a rope and a bucket. If the castle is a machine, then the kitchen is its beating heart. Strangely, it does not sit inside the main fortress. It stands apart, connected only by a narrow stone walkway. This was no architectural accident. Fire is the greatest enemy of stone and timber. If the kitchen burns, the fortress must survive. You step inside. The heat slams into your chest like a wall. Gigantic fireplaces roar, wide enough to roast entire oxen on turning spits. Flames crawl up blackened chimneys that have swallowed decades of smoke. Sweat runs down the faces of cooks and scullions as they move like soldiers in battle. This is not cooking. This is mass production. Salted meat by the hundreds, heavy pottage bubbling in iron cauldrons, mountains of coarse bread stacked like ammunition. By noon, 500 miles must be fed or chaos begins. There are no recipes, no art, only survival. By midday, all life flows into the great hall. This is the room of kings, feasts, and ceremony. But look closer.
Those magnificent tapestries on the walls, they are not decoration, they are insulation. Without them, the granite walls would turn this hall into a frozen tomb. The floor is buried beneath rushes, dried grasses, and herbs. They warm your feet and hide bones, dirt, grease, and scraps thrown by dogs. Light barely enters. Narrow slit windows choke the daylight. The hall smells of beeswax, burning tallow, and greasy smoke that floats just above your head. Darkness is always one candle away. This is medieval comfort. But there is one truth no song will tell you: the smell. Sanitation in a castle is an experiment in gravity and misery. They use the garderobe, a stone toilet seat built into the outer wall. When you sit, everything falls down a long shaft into the moat or cesspit below. From the outside, the wall is permanently stained. And here is the strangest fact: the nobles hang their finest clothes inside the toilet shaft. Why? Because the rising ammonia fumes from urine kill fleas and moths. Hygiene is a luxury. A hot bath requires 40 buckets of water and hours of labor. Most people never bathe. Disease lives everywhere. As you walk the corridors, something becomes clear. This castle does not want you here. Every stone, every corner, every step was built to kill an intruder. The staircases spiral tightly to the right. This is not decoration. An attacking soldier forced to climb upward cannot swing his sword properly with his right hand. The defender above, standing higher, swings freely. Death by architecture. Look up. Those dark holes in the ceiling, they are not for light. They are murder holes. When enemies break the gate, defenders pour boiling water, hot sand, and rocks directly onto their heads. The walls themselves fight. The windows are narrow slits, wide enough for arrows to leave, but too small for arrows to enter. You are not in a home. You are inside a weapon. The afternoon is not for rest. It is for paranoia. Because in the medieval world, peace is only a pause between wars. Inside the armory, Fletchers work without stopping. Feathers are cut, arrowheads sharpened, thousands of arrows stacked like firewood. In the storage cellars, salt meat hangs from beams, grain barrels stretch into darkness, pickled fish float in brine, enough food for 6 months. If the gates close today, the castle survives. On the battlements, guards do not admire the view, they scan the horizon for dust. Dust means armies. Everything you see is preparation for a day that may never come, and yet must always be ready. Because siege is not an event, it is a state of mind. Children learn it, servants live it, lords rule by it. The castle breathes siege, the walls wait. As the sun begins to fall, the castle changes its rhythm. Daylight is danger. Fire is death. The word curfew is spoken. It does not mean go to bed. It means cover the fire. Across the fortress, flames are slowly smothered. Each hearth is sealed beneath heavy iron lids. No spark is allowed to live, because one forgotten ember can erase everything. The great portcullis begins to move. Iron screams against stone. Chains strain. The drawbridge rises. Wood and iron cut the castle off from the world. The fortress becomes an island of stone in the dark. No one enters, no one leaves. Inside, the great hall empties. The laughter fades. Footsteps vanish.
Candles are pinched out one by one. Shadows stretch across the floor like living things. Dogs curl beneath benches. Guards whisper prayers. The cold returns. Safe behind 10 feet of granite, the castle exhales. For now, they live.
You return to your chamber. The wind howls. Somewhere wolves cry. Somewhere an enemy sharpens steel. You pull the fur around your body. The stone bleeds cold. Tomorrow the machine wakes again. If the walls hold, if the guards remain, if the food lasts, if disease does not come, if war does not arrive. This is not romance. This is medieval life. And you have survived one day.